Anybody scared of the Panthers tripping up the Washington Commanders, who are installed as an 8-point favorite at home, maybe 8.5, maybe 9?
I'm officially not
Can
scared.
Andy Dalton trip them up?
Not scared
I do want to mention that Valdez may be taking advantage of Mike Marr right here for your stake off.
All right, yes.
Because you guys, it's not really a level playing field in that.
How so?
Because Valdez is Mike Marr's boss.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And Valdez said, hey, can you hold down the board?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm heading out to do some seasoning.
Right. He's got to get his
So
steak
if Mike
prepared.
Marr wanted to do it, he couldn't because he's been put in his
In
place.
fact, he might have already done
We're not going to start grilling the steaks for at least an hour. He's got ample time during one of the commercial breaks.
You know, that's what I did the first break, right?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying that there's a slight competitive advantage here for Valdez.
Yeah, sure.
Putting Mike Marr in his
everybody's
place.
looking for an edge.
Yeah.
That's all everybody's doing
Truthfully,
right now.
Valdez kind of has a competitive advantage on you guys because you got to be on the air during these segments.
It's okay.
He might be gone for 20 minutes.
It's all good.
I mean, there's nothing he can do right now that will save him when the steaks go on the grill. That's the real
Mike
showtime.
Marr's very confident. I do like his bravado,
very
his
confident.
swagger.
Very, very
He
confident.
has a lot of swagger.
You know what?
And Commanders fans should be confident.
The Commanders should take the field with the same sort of Mike Marr level swagger against the Carolina Panthers.
I'll give you an example. I don't think this is going to happen. I talked to a buddy of mine who coaches high school football. I said, how'd you do last week? Team he normally smoked. He said, we got smoked.
Uh-oh.
I said, what happened? He said, they returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. He said, then we fumbled. They scored. Then we fumbled again. They scored. And then we fumbled a third. He said, it spiraled. He said, we were down 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Ended up getting smoked. Game got away from them. Sometimes that happens. That happens.
Well, much more likely the Panthers get smoked than the Commanders because the Panthers are the worst in the league at points against, at nearly 34 points per game. The implied team total for the Commanders is 30 points.
Right.
Vegas is expecting Jaden Daniels and company to roll out 4+ touchdowns on this awful Carolina team.
I think that's likely to happen. The game which I mentioned yesterday for Carolina to look at for me, and they didn't win the game, is the Bengals game because Commanders played the Bengals. Commanders didn't punt in that game. The Bengals didn't punt in that game.
Yeah.
So the Bengals defense can be had, and in that game, Carolina put up 24, kind of hung in there with the Bengals, and I think the Bengals are better than their 2-4 record. I think the Bengals still going to make the playoffs if you look at the AFC picture. But Carolina could get on a heater offensively. Like, it wouldn't shock me if Andy Dalton threw 3 touchdown passes. But I think more likely is the Commanders' offense is going to continue to roll. But there's a possibility. You know, I mean, the matchup predictor on ESPN has Carolina winning 25% of the time.
Right.
All right, let's go to the phones.
That's high.
800-636-1067. Who's up?
All right, let's go to Andrew in D.C. Andrew. What's up, buddy? You're on with the jump.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Hey, so here's my take. I agree that, like, with Jaden, they're likely to put 30 points on the board at least. But let's just say Jaden gets hurt in the first quarter. Then we go to Mariota. And I'll tell you, that one quarter he played, he sucked.
Why? Hold on. Why are you just automatically taking it to the worst-case scenario? You got Jaden.
All I'm saying is, if that happens, suddenly
bets are off.
If that happens with any team in the league, you go to the backup. It's usually a precipitous drop
But
off.
remember too, the reason why the Panthers put points on the board is because our defensive line is pretty banged up right now. Not only is Allen out, but John Baptista's out. Dorrance Armstrong's nicked up. Cleveland Farrell is probably still not 100%. And so suddenly, Dalton, who should be like sacked 5 or 6 times a game, actually has time to throw. And I could easily see him putting up 21-plus points. And so if you discount the offense because something goes wrong with Jaden, then we lose that game. That's my take.
All right,
I get what Cakes is saying.
Viable.
I get what Cakes is saying about, Carolina's offense generally being inept. They did put up 36 against the Raiders. Now, I know the Raiders stink.
The Raiders
But in that
so
game, Andy Dalton had 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
I think all in the first half. Threw for 319 yards. And Chuba Hubbard had 114 yards.
You know what
rushing.
that was? That was the
Outlier.
artificial dead cat bounce for Andy Dalton because that was the week that he replaced Bryce Young as the starter. It was an artificial sugar high, unsustainable. You look at this defense, The only team in all of their losses that didn't reach 30 points was the Chargers. And the only reason they didn't reach 30 is because they were strangling them to death with the running game, and they won the game 26-3. Like, this Commanders team, unless they have the worst outlier, abhorrent offensive day of the year, they're going to score 28 to 30 points. Maybe
I think so too.
points.
But could Carolina score 36 like they did against the Raiders?
I feel like
in that game, Deontay Johnson, 8 catches, $122 and a touchdown.
I feel like they can maybe score 20 or 24 against this bad Commanders defense that's shown to be a little bit better in the past few weeks. But I don't see them getting a 30 ball against this defense. I'd be pretty shocked if that happened. If it becomes like a 35 to 31 shootout type of game, I'd be a little bit surprised. I just don't see them steamrolling to like a 28 to 30 point performance. But I could be wrong.
One thing they have to do, they have to get back to that running game.
Right.
Establish that.
Oh,
Sets
you're going to see
everything.
that. Yeah.
Sets the tone for everything.
Yeah.
And that's where you do want B-Rob to be healthy. And because I like McNichols and I love Eckler, but B-Rob's a key part of it. And Kingsbury talked about it too. Like he's big in pass protection. He's kind of a big piece in everything.
The beautiful thing for the Commanders' offense is they can either attack them on the ground, where the Panthers allow a 111 rushing yards per game, that's 23rd in the league, or through the air, 187 yards through the air per game, that's 23rd in the league. They're equally bad at both facets of defense.
By the way, those numbers are very similar to the Commanders' numbers on defense.
I know. I just feel like there's better. I feel like there's better personnel because the Commanders have Jaden Daniels.
We have better offense,
and the Panthers are trotting out a placeholder in Andy Dalton.
With Dalton, it includes, what are they scoring per game just with Dalton? Take out the Bryce Young game.
With Dalton,
so
all right.
It started against the Raiders where they scored 36.
36, 24, 10,
60,
and 20.
70, 90 in what, 4 games?
That's 4 games
and that's
that he's
90
been at the
points
helm.
by my quick math, if that's correct. So what is that, about
22 and a half points per game?
22.5 per game. Okay. Going to take 24 to beat them. Minimum.
I mean, the Commanders should score 24 if they were half blindfolded. Every single player had an eye. Every single player of the Commanders takes the field with an eye patch like a pirate. They should score 24.
All right, let's go to
my opinion.
Richard in Front Royal. Richard, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Richard.
Is there a scenario? Give us the scenario where the Commanders lose this game where they're huge favorites. What's up? Actually, as Jason pointed out, as of yesterday, the biggest favorites on the board.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time that happened? Richard.
The only way that we don't win this game is obviously if we just don't show up. Because at the outlook of this game, there's a reason Josh Harris wanted the alumni weekend and the jersey ceremony retirement on this week, because they knew we were going to come in and steamroll the Carolina Panthers. If you look at week 2 against the Giants, we took 7 red zone trips. Sure, we didn't get in, but we've made adjustments since then, and we've gotten so much better. And the Giants are arguably, especially on defense, better than the Carolina Panthers. In my opinion, I think we hang 50 on them, and I think it's not even a chance that the Carolina Panthers to come anywhere near even thinking about beating the Commanders on Sunday.
This is old school Skins bravado.
This
is old school.
This Kool-Aid drinking.
How pumping? What if they do put a 50 burger on them?
Oh, then it's on.
Any of the fans or anybody who have any doubts that we're going to lose or win or whatever, it's probably a little bit of PTSD from the years because, we lost against the Ravens, so we're going to lose again next week. But honestly, I don't see that happening. We make way too many adjustments. We make way too many corrections in our faults. And I think Cliff Kingsbury is going to be really deep in his bag. And honestly, running game is going to be awesome. Passing game is going to be awesome. Defense is going to be the defense. I don't want to go there. But sure, Andy Dalton's going to throw 2 touchdowns. I think we get 2 picks. Chuba Hubba Hubbard is going to have, 100 yards maybe. But honestly, I think we just outshoot them, and we get too many stops on defense, and there's no way the Carolina Panthers beat us. No chance.
All right.
Thanks, pal.
Right,
He's puffing his chest out.
Listen, if you're wrong, you got to call back on Monday, okay?
You got it.
You got to own it.
Thank you, buddy.
A lot of bravado.
Has anyone mentioned the special teams game?
No.
Look, Seibert can't get the ball in the back of the end zone.
Are you with me on that?
I
complain about it every week.
I saw it. I saw it at the Ravens game firsthand.
Yeah.
It's definitely something.
Yeah.
if you're giving them an opportunity
we're giving them like five cracks at it every game. They're gonna bust one.
If they bust one or all of a sudden after every kickoff have good field position, if Dalton can start the drive at the 40 or 50-yard line every single time.
Were you watching him warm up?
He's got a nub leg.
But he hit a 55-yarder
I know.
with ease, which shocked me, to be honest with you.
I know, because it looked like he tried to kill the ball on the first one that was
tipped. Kick it low and it got blocked.
But he definitely has a nubs leg. And if the ball can't get through the end zone and you're giving them.
The only thing is, everyone says, and we just got to ask, that they're doing it on purpose. And the only thing that I'll give them some credence to it is he's not taking a big windup. He's only taking like 3 steps, which leads me to believe maybe he's doing that on purpose. Maybe they've done the math and they think they can get him.
Also, maybe their analytics are, hey, when they return it, they're not getting to the 30.
Well, that's what I said. They've done the math.
Right.
So maybe that's what they're doing. But I'm with you. It appears he can't kick it out of the end zone. Which I would much rather just kick it out of the end zone and take kick returns off the board.
Yeah, just don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
Because, isn't the kick return, the whole dynamic kick return, setting up so that you
can have more kick returns?
Yeah, they can have more kick returns?
Yeah.
So I would
bring some excitement back in the game.
I would want to eliminate that.
Right.
Just to clear something up, the Commanders aren't the biggest favorite on the board. The Bills are.
What are they now?
The Bills are a 9-point favorite over the Titans.
What are we?
8.
-8.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's one of the bigger.
Changed because as of a couple days ago, Lurch is usually on top of that.
Or Jason missed it.
That's possible.
But they are expecting a lot of points to be scored. 51.5 is your total.
Well, Daniel thinks that we're going to get 50 ourselves.
Well, he's drinking the burgundy and gold Kool-Aid.
All right, we got nobody answer the phone, so I'm just going to punch it up. Yeah, I'm going to go to line 5. I can't see the name, but hey, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junks.
Hey, morning, fellas. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
gotcha.
What's going on?
What's going on? So you guys have already kind of glanced over it, but I think if the Red Rocket can kind of catch lightning in a bottle here and just heave it up and have sort of angels in the outfield just guide it into the breadbasket.
He's the Red Rifle. You got to get your nicknames right. He's the Red.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Had this stage, but yeah, I think we got the right guys in place. Just go out there. I mean, again, if Cliff, I'm trying to honor the segment here. Maybe if Cliff reaches too deep in the bag, pull out some stuff that isn't ready, and it backfires. But I'm also adopting the new mindset. I'm not being pessimistic. That was the team's past mindset. So I'm all in. JD5 is going to go out. Rest of the team going to take care of what we got to do. In this league, you beat up on teams you're supposed to. So I think we go out there and do it, and JD5 wins his sixth rookie of the week.
I think it will definitely. Thank you, buddy. I think it will definitely prove that we're at next level. That we've turned a corner. If we just shove it on them, to quote Kate.
Thank you for stealing my term.
If we just truck them like you think we should on paper.
Right. It should be like 28-10 at halftime. Like 28-10, cruise to an easy victory, just run the ball down their throat in the second half.
Cakes, you sleeping on the revenge game angle? You're usually a big revenge game guy.
Revenge game. This is a revenge game.
There's a lot of
turns. Who am I sleeping on? Who am I missing?
Jeremy Chin.
Jeremy Chin. That's right. Long-time Carolina Panther.
And Luvu.
Oh, Frankie Luvu. Double Commanders defensive guy revenge game. Oh, they might get that. They might get the 50, even though those guys play defense.
By the way, Joe Witt did acknowledge. He says, "Listen, I don't want to compare players, but we're using Luvu the way we used Micah."
Right. Good.
He said,
fantastic.
We're kind of doing the same thing. We're putting him on the end.
Unleash that guy.
We're putting him over the center.
Yeah.
We're putting him at linebacker. We're blitzing him. We're doing it. We're using him like we used Micah.
Not your guy, Jamin.
I think they tried with Jamin, and they like Luvu better.